Hey there, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you're watching this from. And this is going to be a small talk on remembrance. Now, all of us normally remember remember stuff in our past. Remember memories that we had with our loved ones. Remember the things that we went through, whether it be joyful, heartbreaking, lessons to learn from, and grow from, and so on. And So that's what I wanted to touch on this talk actually. What are the things you actually remember from the past and how that could impact you and how you want to be living now and in the future as well? Because just to say it like right off the bat, nobody really will remember you, or neither will you remember how much money you've made, how much stuff you bought, how much fancy luxurious items you have, or so on, or how rich you were. If anything, you'd remember the stuff that truly makes you rich, which are the moments you had with your family, the moments you had with your friends, the intimate, conversations that you have, the moments of comfort and assurance and affirmation that you receive from them, and you give back that to them as well. And overall just living life, going to places to travel, not necessarily in other countries, but within your area, going out for that, small meals that you had, or for those, just run of the mill, late night talks on the phone or on, Google Meets or Zoom or whatever with your friends, close friends, brothers, sisters, families, just connecting with them and sharing stories of your experiences, whether it's here, whether abroad, whether back home in the hometown, and so on. So yeah, it's quite uh, weird to think that you go on chasing these ideals, these lavish lifestyles, these lavish experiences, these lavish items and designer brands and so on and so forth, and just a luxury way of living. When all in all, when you look back at it, I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, I mostly remember the people that were there, the people that I've experienced, you know, life changing and crazy, one of a kind, experiences in life, whether that be traveling to certain places nearby, having a conversation, just opening up to each other and being true with how you feel, and just genuinely appreciating each other's company, whatever it is that we're doing. So it can be literally just sitting down, having a talk, or sitting down, maybe scrolling through our phones or whatever, and then in silence. There's got to be no words. There's got to be no conversations to be made, no topics to bring up, and so on. Just to keep both entertained. It's just like two of us scrolling through something or looking towards something, and all of a sudden we find something that both of us relate to. We show it to them. We share a laugh, and it gets progressively entertaining after that. You know, then it could be that, or simply just you two talking it out. About how things have gone by, how time flies by so fast, how you're not kids anymore, and how your lives differ from back then and up till now, the responsibilities you've had, the relationship you've cultivated, and so on. It's kind of funny that when we look back at those moments, when we look back to the past, we don't really say, oh, my life was good because I had a lot of stuff, or oh, my life was good because I had a lot of money. I mean, yeah, true. It is true that money can buy you convenience, money can buy you, a little bit more ease, and you don't have to overthink that much if you have a lot of money in terms of the general bills and the general stuff that you have to pay on a daily basis. But at the end of the day, I mean, it is true that you know it is true what those people say. At the end of the day, when you hit that end of the line at the road and you're about to move on to the afterlife and so on, you're not gonna really look back at all these achievements, all these income, and so on. It's it's the people, it's the moments, it's the memories that you've cultivated, no matter how long or short you were in this life. And that's something to think about as well. I mean, of course, for me as well, because I mean, chasing these ideals are not really, not really all that worth it if you don't have memories to share it, whether you don't have people to, uh, you know, share these moments with. I mean, yeah, it's nice. It's really fulfilling and really, self-motivating to achieve one's goals and to achieve one's dreams and to make it a reality instead of having it on a piece of paper as a plan or constantly thinking about it. But at the same time, I mean, would those goals or would those dreams really be worth it if it weren't for the people supporting you? Would it be really worth it if it weren't for the people that inspired you to start that goal, to start that dream in the first place? And wouldn't it be really worth it if you didn't have anybody to share that aha eureka moment with? you know, that's the thing. It's kind of like this. I mean, like they said, we're naturally sociable beings. I mean, of course, I do acknowledge the fact that some of us are introverts, some of us are extroverts, some of us can carry a balance between the two. But at the same time, I mean, introverts doesn't really mean isolated human beings or isolated individuals that like to spend time alone. I believe that introverts are normally people who are very selective with the people who they hang out with or are not really open to be that motivated and that outgoing or that open with everybody. They like to be selective with who they share their thoughts with or who they share their emotions with who they have relationships and conversations with. So, yeah, at the end of the day, introverts, extroverts, whether you're balanced with the two, we all are sociable beings. And that is why we are born to connect. We are born to cultivate relationships. We are born to be sociable people, to bond with each other and to connect on deeper levels rather than just on the surface. I I keep saying at the time, like I'm mostly just fine being alone and all that, but then a friend of mine or a colleague of mine once said that you can't be alone. And it's true because normally all of us are cultivated. I mean, even if you're not in a loving relationship, like with a spouse or with a girlfriend or with a someone, boyfriend or whatever, a partner, you still require relationships. That could be with your blood-related family, your brothers, your sisters, your mom, your dad, your granddad, and your relatives, aunts, cousins, and so on. Because I mean, if there is one thing to life, I mean, it's the relationships that we have. I mean, that's what we aim to do. Even in my own religion, which is Christianity or Catholic and so on. So yeah, they say that you know you don't really have to, you have to rather, but you don't really need to be all that, formal or worshiping. Of course, respectful, but formal and worshiping God and the Bible verses and so on. That I mean, that is part of it, but mainly what they preach or what they put out there in Christianity is the notion that God wants a relationship with us. So, relationship being simple prayers could just be, of course, thanking Him for everything, apologizing and being sorry, asking for mercy, and so on. And but the most important part of it is just talking to Him like He's your dad, because he's he is our dad. He's the father of all creation, right? So yeah, just being like envisioning yourself as a child, talking to your father, and telling him about your struggles, telling him about your day, what went good, what went bad, how you feel, how you think, what are the things that are bothering you, and so on. Just being open with him, because I mean, he is our creation. He is our creator. Sorry, we are his creation. So And it'll be nice, of course, to have a relationship with something that you gave birth to or something that you created, just like a parent and a child. So yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, when you go, when you hit that end of the road, make sure to focus. Make sure to look back and see not the materialistic things, but the things that are intangible, which are your relationships and so on. And I think that will give us a sort of perspective or a roadmap or a path to walk on from now onwards to the future, because now at least we know the things that matter, and now we can focus on cultivating and putting more time and effort into that. Of course, not negligently, not not negating or not disregarding all of the priorities that we have, but making sure that those things that matter and that we'll remember at the end of the day, at the end of our lifetime, is what we give the most importance. Anyways, that's all good as luck, guys. Hope you have a great day.